Apostasy. We all know the punishment for those who leave Islam for another religion, apostatize. It is death. This is according to Qur'an in Surah, verse. I am testing to see if you know the reference. It's easy for someone to be killed for apostasy, as Allah must have given us a clear ruling. Here it is.
If your brother, the son of your mother, your son or your daughter, the wife of your bosom, or your friend who is as your own soul, secretly entices you, saying, Let us go and serve other gods, which you have not known, neither you nor your fathers, of the gods of the people which are all around you, near to you or far off from you, from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth, you shall not consent to him or listen to him, nor shall your eye pity him, nor shall you spare him or conceal him, but you shall surely kill him. Your hand shall be first against him to put him to death, and afterward the hand of all the people. And you shall stone him with stones until he dies, because he sought to entice you away from the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. So all Israel shall hear and fear, and not again do such wickedness as this among you.
If you are confused, then that is exactly what our devoid of wisdom ancestors tried to do to us, as there is no such Quranic verse. So they concocted false hadith based upon the Bible, Deuteronomy chapter 13 verses 6 to 11 just quoted, and unashamedly attributed this to the messenger. Let the Quran be heard, not the Bible or the hadith. In each of the following verses, there is no earthly punishment for us to exact our revenge for anyone leaving Islam. None. Allah will be the ultimate judge and punishment giver.
Those who believe, then disbelieve, and again believe, then disbelieve, and thus grow stubborn in denial of the truth, God will not forgive them, nor will He walk them onto the way. Forgiveness, protection, shielding against the ill effects of misdeeds.
You may believe and disbelieve any number of times without fear of Allah telling His followers to slaughter you with a mighty slaughter. It could not be more clearer than this.
Persecution is a crime far greater than killing. They will not cease from fighting against you until they make you revert from your way of life, if they can. He among you who goes back from his deen and dies in disbelief, these are the ones whose works are rendered vain in this world and the hereafter. These are the companions of fire, to abide therein.
The above states that those who leave Islam will have their life's works made useless by their own wrong beliefs and acts. This means that after apostatizing, they remain alive, no death sentence for them to work this wrongdoing.
Tell those who have chosen to believe, to forgive the ones who do not hope for the days of God. It is for Him alone to recompense each people for what they have earned. Yafa, Ghafara, and derivatives, forgive, guarding against detriment, protect from the harmful effects of misdeeds. Days of God, life hereafter, the day of resurrection, judgment, when people establish the divine rule on earth.
This verse says to forgive those who are in disbelief, regardless of whether they are ex-believers or not, and again, no war on apostasy evidenced here, and the ultimate verse to ignore when you have murder in mind.
Although this message has been sent down by the Almighty, there is absolutely no compulsion or coercion in religion. The right direction has been made distinct from error. So, Whoever rejects false gods, such as the clergy, human authorities, and attains conviction in God, has grasped the unbreakable support. God is hearer, knower. No compulsion in matters of religion. This rule shall have no exception, since right has been distinguished from wrong. At Taghut, those who, in rebellion to the one true God, claim to have divine powers or try to portray themselves as his representatives, Sufis, mystics, priesthood, clergy, tyrants. Tagha, rebellion. Idols of stones cannot rebel, and therefore, they cannot be at Taghut.
How can the punishment of death for apostasy not be a means to compel someone to stay put? And the next verse reveals what has gone wrong with the people of Bukharian Sunnah.
God is the protecting friend of those who choose to have conviction in him and his laws. He brings them out of darkness into light, through the Qur'an. And those who reject the truth, their patrons are false authorities, idols, religious leaders, and satanic humans. They bring them from light to darkness. As a consequence, they have chosen fire to be their companion. They will abide therein.
And a final set of verses for those who want to think Qur'anically, who want to be true submitters to Allah.
Keep yourself content with those who remember their Lord morning and evening, seeking his approval. And let not your eyes overlook them in quest for the glitter of this world. And do not obey any whose heart we have made heedless of our remembrance, one who follows his own desires, and whose case has been closed. Case closed. The divine laws have already decreed for him ultimate loss for his relentless misdeeds. And proclaim, this is the truth from your Lord. Whoever accepts it, let him accept it, and whoever rejects it, let him reject it. Surely, for all those who wrong their own self, we have readied billowing folds of fire to surround them. When they beg for water, they will be given their burning hot deeds that backfire on their faces, a drink of distress they gave others. How dreadful a drink! And how terrible a resting place! As for those who attain belief and do works that help others, we never fail to reward such benefactors of humanity.
No Quranic punishment for apostasy, as Allah leaves it up to the individual to receive their own reward or chastisement as a consequence of their own acts.
And the messenger will say, O my Lord, these are my people who had abandoned this Qur'an as something to be neglected.
The Qur'an Unchained.